Time's up. Nobody's looking at their watches yet, but that's cool. What's kind of neat about this whole idea of these different ideas, the facets of consciousness, is that you can change your mind. You're not locked into it. If you're locked into an idea that I'm no good, I can't get a job, I can't do this, I can't do that, you can change it just by changing your attitude, change your mind. And a story has to do with, and I did this on purpose because some of you are from Scotland, I know Archie is, so I got to talk to Archie here. But anyway, this Scottish family, it was a man, a wife, and his son, decided to take a trip to England, to go to Scotland on vacation. Well, in Scotland was this young man. He was a farm hand, a farm person, and but he had a burning desire to become a doctor. But he got into what we call the filtered consciousness, the conscious memory. And what his consciousness was this: my dad, my grandfather, they're all farmers. They don't have the money to send me to medical school. I can't do it. See how that works? And so that was his consciousness. But along the way, as he got older, it's changed. He started changing it. His desire to be a doctor was there, and it was prominent in his consciousness. I am going to be a doctor someday. And he wasn't worried about finance, nothing. Okay, here's how this all comes out. So these people from England, they're driving through the countryside in Scotland, and they see this meadow, and they decide, let's stop by the meadow and get our blankets out, enjoy what's going on. They're on vacation, and let's just kind of have a picnic. The young man, the young child, he was a young teenager, decided to kind of wander off and explore the territory, and he came to a swimming hole and decided to take off his clothes, which boys do, take off all their clothes, and he jumped into the swimming pool. Well, he started getting cramps, and he started drowning, and he was screaming for help. Well, he was far away from where his folks were, but he was nearby this Scottish farmhand who had to dream of becoming a doctor someday. So the young Scottish farmhand, he hears the screams, he runs over, and he drags the boy out of the pan and saves his life. Well, anyway, the English gentleman was so appreciative that his son, when he found out what all had happened, he wanted to go visit the farmhand and thank him and show appreciation, which he did. And then he asked the young man, the hero, what do you want to do in life? And the man said, well, I'm going to be a farmer the rest of my life. We don't have the money. I'm going to be a farmer like my dad and my grandfather. And the English gentleman said, what else would you like to be? He says, I would like to be a doctor. I have a desire to be a doctor, but we can't afford it. And the English gentleman said, you make your plans to go to medical school. I'll pick up all the costs. Isn't that cool? That's so cool. But it doesn't end there. I want to end there pretty soon. What happened a few years later, it was 1943. Now, keep in mind what I just said. In 1943, Winston Churchill was in North Africa, and he comes down with a serious case of pneumonia, and he was on the verge of dying. His doctor in North Africa knew about another doctor who had this miracle drug called penicillin. So, needless to say, he called and he said, would you come and treat our statesman, Winston Churchill? And Sir Alexander Fleming said, yes, I will do that. So the English government puts him on in those days they did have bombers, and flew him over to North Africa. And it was the second time, it was the second time that Sir Alexander Fleming saved the life of Winston Churchill. Is that cool? Yeah. He was a little kid that he took out of the pool. And Sir Alexander Fleming was the farm boy who wanted to become a doctor. It's absolutely incredible. So what we're trying to do is point out to you that when we hook into that which I am, consciousness is who I am. And I'm not a wimpy guy who's under the domain of what's happening in this universe. No! I'm the CEO, son of the CEO of the universe itself. I'm whole, I'm complete, and I'm powerful. And that's who I am. And say with me loud and clear.
And so it is.